Yup. The literal laptop is kind of in the frame. That's how much I care. Right now. The goal of this video is to explain, can people imagine their eyesight improving? And are a lot of these Endmyopia improvement stories hopelessly exaggerated? And also, goal is to reduce the subscriber count of this freaking YouTube channel. So please unsubscribe. This is not a marketing reverse psychology thing. I just want less of stuff. Let's see if we can find this comment. I'm so not prepared for this shit. All right, so here's the backstory. There's a podcast episode, one of over 50 now, that I've spent years just kind of here and there making some episodes. Initially because people were like,
well, Jake, you're faking it. All these improvement parts, they're just from your email. They're not real. They're not real.
So I was like, all right, fine, whatever. Back in the day, when I was still cared and I still had a nicer attitude, I was like, let's make a podcast. Starry-eyed and excited, and I lived in Myanmar, and I would drive a freaking hour to find one town that had sort of internet to make these schedules that would be just in ridiculous times, day, night, whatever, edit, try to upload, to do a free podcast. For what? Ridiculously. So eventually now the podcast is all members only because I don't like censoring myself. I'm too old for this shit. I don't really care. I'm not trying to convince the world or change the world, whatever. I still post clips because I think clips are interesting. And for people casually watching, I just want to know, or just to get people interested enough in these to become paid members. Because we like paid members because they're not the kind of bullshit that I'm about to read you right now. Okay, so here is... Please hold while I find it. Jake. So this guy went from minus 3.25 diopters to, as he explains in this 4-minute clip incredibly clearly, to needing no glasses or about a half diopter in good lighting. He still needs minus 1.5, and the optometrist told him minus 1.5, which is an amazing improvement, by the way, from minus 3.25 to minus 1.5 is fantastic. The optometrist always gives you the highest diopters possible, right? So you don't need minus 1.5 for freaking anything. If the optometrist said that, maybe 1.25, maybe minus 1, somewhere in any less than that is really kind of pointless. The guy has gotten smart enough over the years of doing this and measuring his eyesight and understanding the relationships to diopters and lighting that he knows when he needs it and when he doesn't. You don't need it all the time. Hang on. Will I edit this at all, or do I really not care? So one of our lovely, wonderful YouTube commenters, Joe Rogan always says, don't read YouTube comments. I see his point. Comments on this saying, yeah, another case, I don't need to wear glasses anymore, merely half diopter in bad weather, but the optometrist still gives me 1.5, which I need for night driving. His actual progress, minus 3.5 to minus 1.5, prescription to prescription, or rather actual clear vision to actual clear vision, not talking himself into believing he no longer needs glasses while putting other people in danger. He made good progress, but this is clickbait. All right, so this is why I want you to unsubscribe from my channel, and this is why I don't care about free stuff. Honestly, I don't give a shit. Like, if we sell a couple courses every month, the thing makes enough money to pay the bills. I'm having a good time. Our forum is way bigger than the Facebook group, way more interesting. It's kind of awesome. For $40, wow, we're going to do straight sales here. For $40, you get lifetime access to member stuff without any of this kind of riffraff that we're dealing with here. Okay, but let me explain what goes on. Is if you've done this for a while, and if you've gotten past the beginner level, because the dude is right about one thing, there's a level of hopeful ignorance when you start out. When you realize that you're overcorrected by the optometrist, you realize that eye strain causes a lot of your blurry vision. So you fix the close-up eye strain, you fix the overcorrection, and you start focusing on your vision in good light, you will get optimistic. Super normal, happens to lots of people. So it's common in the beginning to be a little bit too far on the undercorrection. the dude is right about this. There's a 10 most common mistakes post on the website, which I highlighted. I think it's on every page somewhere in the links, because it's so important to realize. And one of the biggest mistakes people make is reducing too much. So the dude has a point, but this guy I've seen commenting on the channel a bunch. He should know what's going on. After years of doing this, right, and especially if the optometrist says minus 1.5, right, which is, is in a dark room, it's probably in a projected chart, and it's the guy dialing up diopters till you can no longer tell the difference, that you don't need correction in decent light, or a little bit, like half diopter sounds about right. What you need in good light, your eyeball, your retina switches between cones and rods for day and night vision. And night vision, you don't even see color. Like, your night vision is crap compared to your day vision for everybody, right? Your pupil is wide open, right? Your depth of field is completely screwed. Like, night vision for anybody, at least adopt a difference. For anybody. Well, yeah. I can sometimes use glasses at night, and for super sharp vision, I get away with it for 15 minutes before my head hurts, right? When there's a little bit of myopia left, when you are in the kind of that last diopter range, lighting makes all the difference. And if you're a beginner, then this comment is accurate, right? Like, you might be optimistic. When you know what you're doing, you can't imagine your eyesight being better. Apart from what I said, fix your eye strain, right? Realize when you overcorrected, and understand the lighting. If all those are the same, in the same lighting, this is why I freaking hate my YouTube channel and the public in general, because people are dumb. In the same lighting, the same eye chart is not going to lie about what you can see. Seeing is not an imagined state. You can't imagine. This is not like what the West is currently going on with. Let's not talk about gender stuff. But you can't imagine that you can see the 2015 line if you can't. It's not a thing. The eye doctor doesn't have any magical tools that are going to define your vision better than looking at an eye chart. That's all. Vision is actual observable reality. If you look across the street and you can't read the license plate, it's because you can't read the license plate because your vision isn't clear enough. If you can, you can. It's really that simple. Until your optometrist recommends you a way to reverse your myopia, you probably shouldn't mess with it unless you're into weightlifting and you've been successful, or into running or climbing or adventure sports. Like, if you're the kind of person who can take personal responsibility, understands experiments, biology, injury, risk, reward stuff, this is for you, probably. For the general public that spends their time
sitting in front of their computer and reading messages on Reddit and complaining on Twitter how hard their life is.